Hey ghouls, how you ghouling? For this video I thought I would tell you about my trip to Nottingham. I went for my partner's birthday and we ended up having a really good time. I made some purchases even though it wasn't my birthday that I just really wanted to share with you because I'm really excited about them, and also to tell you about some little gems that we found in places to visit. I had some places in mind that I wanted to visit because I knew that there was a Forbidden Planet comic book shop there, and I haven't actually been to it and I don't know why. I've been to others, I just haven't been to that one. We wanted to visit there. We also wanted to visit the NQ64 arcade bar that they've just opened there. I think it opened around my birthday in March, and we wanted to visit there because we didn't know it was a thing. When I was figuring out how to get to the Forbidden Planet, we came out of the train station a different way to the way that we normally would. We normally would walk over the bridge. So we found somewhere that we'd never seen before because we don't normally go that way, and I think it was called Hopkinson's, and it's kind of like a cafe, but at the same time it said like vintage antiques, clothing, that kind of stuff, and I was like, that's weird, let's go in. So we did. The front bit obviously does look like a cafe, but at the back it was more like a shop, and they had obviously antiques and some vintage clothing. They had old comic books, they had pin badges, they had patches, they had little ornaments. They had so much stuff in there that we were just like, this is awesome. So we had a wander around, and then I found a little store that had some like clothing bits and pieces there. There was a couple of like old school hippie outfits and then a couple of goth stuff as well. But they had a bunch of shoes and I was just like perusing the shoes. I wasn't really looking because I was a bit like vintage, secondhand, not really that interested, but I spied some Converse and I was like, okay, I kind of like those, but I'm still a bit funny about secondhand shoes for obvious reasons. But yeah, I think that because they're different realtors that rent this space. It's a massive place. We didn't realise that at first. It's like a warren in there, it just keeps going. But this particular store I think was called Miss Tash's Vintage or something. And yeah, I spied these bad boys. So they are the chartreuse, like, you know, that green yellow tennis ball colour Converse vintage. They faded a lot on the outside, but the inside you can, it kind of looks yellow on my camera, but they are chartreuse. But yeah, they're awesome, and they were fairly priced as well, which I was kind of shocked about, but they've never been worn. They are immaculate. They've never been worn. Like, the sole isn't worn down, the inside is perfect, like they've never been worn. And they only wanted £15 for these. I think it's because they're a small size, so like they're always harder for them to sell because I have tiny feet. So these are only a 4.5 in the UK, which is, I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. So I believe in America it's a men's 4.5 as well, but a women's 6.5. I don't know what that means. Euro 37. But yeah, I have small feet. So lucky for me, they were really cheap. So I was like, I'm gonna buy those because I am a fan of chartreuse, neon green as well. I love neon green. But this colour is very 80s to me, especially this colour and this colour together. So I might swap out the laces on both or just one with bright pink. But yeah, I was so excited to get those and I was not expecting that. Even the guy, when he was checking us out at the cash register, he was like, £15 for those? I was like, yeah. He was like, bargain. But yeah, so that was my first purchase and I loved this place. We figured out that it has like an upstairs and a basement as well, and it is just a warren. The more you keep walking, the more like bits there are, and there was just so many stalls with so many good things in there. Highly recommend. There was an entire room just dedicated to like clowns and circus things, so obviously I was losing my mind in there. I didn't purchase anything from in there though, which is shocking, but I just didn't vibe with any of the clowns. I'm very specific about the clowns that I buy. I usually buy the clowns with the eyes closed so they have crosses for eyes because I'm weird. But yeah, Loved it. They had a really pretty tree in there as well. I didn't film anything while I was there because I was too busy enjoying myself, but I did take photos, so I will try and insert them in. But yeah, it just looked really cool as well, like all of the, because it was like a big room and then there'd be little rooms off of it which were the stalls, but everything was for sale in there. It was crazy, and yeah, it was just really cute. I really enjoyed it. So many weird things in there, and clothes, and it was just cool. I really wish more places had stores like that, but yeah, I highly recommend that place. And then obviously we went to Forbidden Planet. I quite liked this one because I've been looking for a Beetlejuice figurine, the pop figures, for a while. I think I mentioned it in my birthday one, and this Forbidden Planet finally had one. I have checked HMV stores, I have checked Menkind, I think it's called, because they sell pop figures as well. I've checked everywhere, no one has it, but they had it. So I finally have the pop figure of Beetlejuice that I've been after for a while, which is from the new movie, and yeah, I love him so much. He's got like the little fake model grass. He's on a little fake tombstone, and he's just adorable. And I squealed when I looked at the packet and I realised that he glows in the dark. His little face glows in the dark, so I'm so happy to finally have this. I've been looking for it everywhere, and now my only other one that I need is the sandworm. No one ever has a sandworm either, but I was so happy that they had him. I think there was only like 2 left, so I was very happy. Even though it wasn't my birthday, I obviously purchased that, and then I did buy the boy something. They did have some Fallout stuff, so I bought him some little figurines. I don't have them because he has them on his desk, I think, but I'll put a picture of the set that I got for him because I let him choose what set he wanted and I bought them for his birthday. He did get other gifts from me as well, but I did say that when we went to Forbidden Planet I would buy him something. And then I saw something else. There was just like this tiny little, like, what would you even call that? You know, like in stores, especially older ones, they have like big support beams, I guess, and they'll put stock around it, right? Make it part of the store. So there was one of those as you went up to the next level of the store, because it was kind of platformed a little bit. And I happened to peruse and I saw that they had some Ben Cooper dolls. So Ben Cooper was a company, I think it was founded in the 30s, I think. But they became really popular in the 40s, 50s and 60s, mainly the 50s and 60s. And they would make Halloween costumes for kids, I think sometimes for adults, I'm not sure, but they would do inexpensive like plastic masks of all like the classic horror people, and they would do little outfits as well, so kids could go trick-or-treating. And obviously I was interested in the Frankenstein monster doll, because they're just little kids in these costumes. It's like an homage to the Ben Coopers. And yeah, obviously I was interested in the Frankenstein, so I picked him up and I was gonna purchase him, and then at the end of the line I saw this bad boy. So I had to purchase it. I didn't even know that this existed. So this is a Ben Cooper of a Beetlejuice costume, like the cartoon Beetlejuice that they did, and I had no idea, but this costume is so cute. I want that t-shirt so badly. And yeah, he's wearing the little cartoon mask as well, and he's got like a little skull pail for his candy. So friggin' cute. So friggin', you can see it a bit better on the back. But look at this t-shirt. Like, the detail on it is impeccable. It's amazing. And I just love the little pictures that they've used from the cartoon. I've always been obsessed with the Beetlejuice cartoon. It came out in '89 and I was like a tiny, tiny baby, and I've just always loved it. I still love it to this day. So obviously I had to purchase this because I didn't know it existed. And I looked it up and they're very hard to come by as well. So I'm very happy with that. So freaking adorable. So I didn't purchase Frankie. I did purchase this because I had to. So now my little Beetlejuice shelf that I've got is looking a lot less sad because I have more figurines. So yeah, I obviously had to purchase that. That was the end of my purchases. I was quite good. I didn't purchase anything else. And then obviously we went to NQ64, the new video game bar that they've opened up, which has vintage games and cabinets and arcade machines in there. Absolutely mind blown. It was amazing. The artwork in there, I love. Obviously they always do the walls with like splattered UV paint, everything's in UV. And they had a giant Mars Attacks alien, and they had a Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well, which I was really surprised at. I was like, huh, such a weird character to choose, but I love it. So yeah, again, I took some pictures of that. It's just so spacious in there as well. They're just so much fun. Like I say, NQ64 is just a fun place to go. You get themed cocktails. I normally get the Revive No. 5, which is a blue UV drink, which is blue raspberry, because I'm a bitch for blue raspberry. I love it. Can't tell you what else is in there because I don't actually know. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, I normally get that. I didn't have any cocktails because I was driving, but I did buy a couple of drinks for my partner because obviously it was his birthday. And yeah, we bought a bunch of tokens because we had to wander around and we were like, there's so many good cabinets in here that we have to play. They had a Terminator 2 cabinet, so obviously I had to have a go on that. And they had a giant basketball hoop game. You know, you get a certain amount, they just bounce around, you have to chuck them into the hoop. We played that. They had a Tekken machine, but obviously they have Tekken on the consoles as well, the machines that are there. So obviously the consoles that you can play, they're all like PlayStation, Nintendo, they even had a Game Boy there attached to the wall. But yeah, they all have like a bunch of games loaded on there, and you just pick one and you can play against your friends. Those are free, but if you want to play the cabinets and the arcade machines, you have to get tokens. But I thought it was really reasonably priced because their tokens, it was £10 for 20 tokens. And we went on pretty much everything in there, and we still had a couple of tokens left. Like, we were there for ages. It was just so good. We really enjoyed it. So yeah, I highly recommend. The main thing is that he had a good time. But I really enjoyed it as well. So let me know if you guys have ever visited these places that I'm speaking about, or any other good places that we should visit next time we're in Nottingham, because I do like it there. Obviously we've been to Pit and Pendulum before. I do also like that place, but we didn't go this time. We didn't get time. Let me know of any other places that we should probably like put on our list, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.